January 15th through the 31st or the 30th. Keep in mind this is a general reading. That means not all the messages are going to resonate. And if you like something tailored specifically for you, the link to my website where you can book your own personal is in the description box below. So the gender of the cards don't matter. You may have to flip the roles. And now let's see what you guys have coming up. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Cups in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, man. Oh boy, Seven of Cups, Nine of Wands, the Emperor, Nine of Wands. All right, man, it's got so messy. Okay. You could be any of these people. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the Empress. You could be a black female watching, African American. You could be someone who has European roots with the Queen of Cups in reverse, or you could even be Latina with the Empress. There could even be a pregnancy that's involved here. Either way, there's a couple. You see this Emperor, Empress, there's a couple here, but then there's a masculine energy who's shady. This Emperor is in a position of power. This could also be somebody who's a boss or just someone that has a high income. And this man or woman is able to sustain multiple relationships. However, even though this is gender neutral, I feel heavily this is a man. With this Emperor, do you see how arrogant this person's sitting? With their legs crossed, with, I don't know if even that's a queen piece of a chessboard, but either way, this person feels like they're completely 100% in control. Hi, John. I hope you're doing well. With the Queen of Cups being here, this is an emotionally manipulative person that takes advantage of vulnerable women or men, and this Emperor usually seeks multiple options. Like this could be somebody who prefers polyamorous relationships. They prefer to deal with multiple people because for one, it gives them an ego boost. For two, I don't know, maybe it makes them feel like they have variety, but this is supposed to be a sustained relationship. So this Empress may be aware of what this Emperor is doing behind her back. However, there is, I'd say 70% of the people watching, you could be the person that's being juggled. Like here you are, mind your own business. I feel heavily the Sag is watching. You're the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who's mature, grounded. You could be someone who has a high social status, or you just like a social butterfly, wealthy, prosperous, somebody who's literally minding their own business. As you can see, the Queen of Pentacles, her eyes are closed. So you're unaware and completely oblivious to everything that's going on. So you may have been approached by this Emperor, or you may be interested into someone, or interested in someone who is a player. This is someone who is a bachelor. They cannot control their sexual urges. They can't control their sexual needs. And because this is someone who is used to getting their own way, they feel like they can sustain this lifestyle. So in a way, this is telling you that you should only invest and sustain relationships that are equal give and take. I also feel like some of you have a family unit that may be going through some sort of conflict. That's not going to resonate with everyone. If this is not a family unit, it could be issues going on at work. You're just basically being told to guard yourself and protect your heart, protect your assets, protect your money, protect everything that's important to you, because you're dealing with a wishy-washy, shady person in the midst of your circle, one way or another. This could be directly or indirectly, or even in the parallel way. And it's important for you to guard yourself, because either you're going to end up putting all of your time and effort and all of your eggs in one basket, and this basket is going to be by someone who is a player and someone who doesn't even deserve your time or effort. Because for one, this man has, I would say, 3 to 4 options, including you. So if you're just single and completely minding your own business, continue to do that. And don't even try to engage into any major contracts or anything of that sort if you can within the next 2 weeks. Because I feel with this retrograde energy, there's going to be exes coming back, unfinished business, cycles that haven't closed out, trying to close out. So if you are trying to get into a new relationship with someone, that person either already has a lover, or they have unfinished business with all of these people that they have been investing into, especially sexually. If this is a man and you hang out with this man on your first or second date, and this person already wants to take you to bed, and once they do try to take you to bed, they don't even use protection. If that has happened to you as of recently, or if it happens to you within the next 2 weeks, that's how you're going to know who this Emperor is. Because this is someone who, despite the fact that is in a position of power, is very reckless, is very domineering, is very controlling. This is going to be someone who, in a way, wants to control you. That's not going to resonate with everyone. I feel like that's a specific story for someone watching. So now, I want to pull another spread for Sag placements that are watching. that that story is not going to resonate with. We have Knight of Cups, Four of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Swords in reverse, the Chariot, Three of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and Three of Swords. It's still talking about the same thing, but in a different manner. This time it's saying that you should continue to move forward fast and furiously despite any obstacles or any delays that may be on your path. I feel like some of you may be starting to like give up on hope for a specific thing that you've been asking for, whether this is like a new car, new home, whatever this is. Just know that things are moving forward, even if it may seem stagnant, and there's going to be a period of celebration coming in, possibly in the next 3 months. So by the end of April, there's going to be a celebration or a get together, and this is going to lift your spirits once again, because I feel like in the midst of this whole COVID situation and work and just responsibilities, you rarely have time to get together with the people that you love, that make you feel lighthearted, that feed into that inner child. And that's what's being asked of you to do as of now. Continue to work and invest in your projects, in your accolades, in the things that bring you joy and prosperity. Also, your eating habits. There's an emphasis on needing to eat more leafy greens such as kale, collard greens, spinach. That's very specific. I don't think I've ever said that in a reading. But yeah, focus more on herbs, cilantro, anything green. I don't know who that's for, but you need it. Your body needs the healing. As the Three of Swords is here, if you have been going through some sort of heartbreak, pain, or sorrow that someone in the past have put you through, you're about 70% into your healing process. There's just a small fraction left over. And the more that you focus on the things that bring you joy, whether it's painting, some of you it's cleaning. Cleaning is therapeutic for someone watching. I know that's not me, but you know, whatever makes you feel better, that's what you should focus on. When you focus on your purpose and the things that make you feel alive and makes your soul feel like you're doing something that's creating a difference in this planet, that's when you stop focusing on all of this like karmic 3D aspects of love and players. Have you ever noticed that when you're in your purpose, like you really don't care what's going on because you're fulfilled within yourself? So there's an emphasis and a focus on needing to do that. As the Knight of Cups is here, also be aware of like heartbreakers and manipulators and people that will give you some sort of offer and then revoke it. These are individuals that are into like one-night stands and wishy-washy, lucid relationships, but they don't really give you anything substantial. Some of you are okay with that. Now, if you're not, it's best to, let your needs be known up front. Yes, you will have people that will try to manipulate you, but as long as you pay attention to those red flags as they come in, you'll be aware of any manipulative energy that could come. Because what I'm seeing is that there's some sort of offers that are going to be coming in, and you're being advised to reject them. So even if you do have someone that's showing up as a loving, caring, nurturing person, you at least got to give that person that 90-day trial, because that's when you really start to see when the mask slips. Because when you first fall in love with someone, or when you're in that like honeymoon phase, it's easy to overlook a ton of red flags. So if you can give yourself that 3-month period, a 3-month period, someone who's just after you for sex and like lust and material things, they're not going to last. Because for one, they're going to get impatient and just figure, okay, well, I'm not going to deal with the collective because this person's obviously making me work for it. So I'm just going to go off to someone who's a page, who's asking for the bare minimum, and who's not even going to question me. So at times, rejection is God's protection. So if you have had people ghost you without even an explanation, just know that their intentions for you were not good, and they didn't have the guts or the courage to tell you that. So that's why they ghosted you. Let me get another deck. That way I can get some additional messages. At the bottom of this deck, we have abundance. So you definitely have abundance and prosperity coming in. This could be in any form. Conception of a child is abundance. Prosperity, a new job, new car, new home. Abundance is going to be different for everyone watching. Just know that you have good things coming. However, there are people around you that are plotting on your downfall. This could range anywhere from family members to friends. You know your story. This is going to be my essential messages deck. If you'd like to purchase this, the link is in the description box below. You may have some people, or maybe you could have struggled with some sort of substance abuse. If you did, just make sure that you're keeping up with that, because I feel like there's going to be something that happens that could possibly trigger someone to go down the rabbit hole of whatever this addiction could be. It doesn't necessarily even have to be a substance. Overeating can be an addiction. Causing yourself constant turmoil and stress can also be addiction. So just be aware of your triggers and try to avoid going down whatever this rabbit hole is. However, if you don't have any substance abuse, there is someone in your circle that I feel could be tempted to steer you in the wrong direction, and you would know. Because whenever this person is under the influence, like their energy is just different. Like they don't behave the same. You don't feel as comfortable around them. We also have stop being paranoid and projecting your insecurities. That's what people are going to be trying to do to you, projecting onto you. So if you notice that you come around certain people, or if you go to a restaurant and you eat from their, I don't know, their kitchen, and afterwards you're just in a completely different mood, bad mood, good mood, it really depends. So some of you are extremely sensitive, and you have to be aware of the people that you surround yourself with. We also have Kiss Me Softly. So you do have a romantic love interest that is coming in. But before this happens, it's going to be around springtime. So mid-March is when this romantic love interest is coming in. They're going to be very romantic, very loving, very caring, very nurturing. This person will not be harsh with you, so that's how you'll know. They're not going to joke around and tease you, you know, by doing things that could possibly hurt your feelings. This is going to be someone who's very respectful. Like, they're not going to want to cross boundaries with you or try to, you know, ruin the relationship in any way. So that's coming in. But first, you have to deal with this chaos that's around you. Some of you don't even have people around you. You don't have friends. You don't really have an inner circle. You're more of like a hermit. And what's being asked of you is to find friends, but be aware of people that will come around just to use you for their benefits. And we also have kids are a factor in this, as well as Illuminati system, secret society, and Masons. So for this card to come out, I know that a lot of my viewers right now are light workers. And I feel like the things that you go through in your life, all the turmoil, the trauma, the abuse, this, I should put a trigger warning on this, but everything you've gone through, it's because you have some sort of higher purpose. And just like you are a being of light, we have beings that work for the devil. And those are the individuals that try to come into your life and destroy your mental health and your self-esteem. And this could range anywhere from family members to love interests to friends that you know are just not good for you, no matter how hard you try to be, you know, cordial. Protect yourself, because there are people around you that would sell you out for just a specific dollar amount. So if you know that you have beggars and mooches and opportunists and users, these people will affect your root chakra if they're not already doing that as of now, because red talks about stability. So if your stability is being affected, for the most part, it's because of the company that you keep. So a lot of their bad karma will ricochet onto you just by simply being associated with them. So this is an energy. At the bottom of the deck, we still have plotting on your downfall. So yeah, just be aware of who you're surrounding yourself with. But kids are a factor in this. Some of you need to go outside more with your kids, or just spend more one-on-one time, more quality time. You could be around your kids all day, but if you're not doing something that, you know, is helping their emotional growth or their mental growth as well, do something that your kids like to do specifically. Like if you have a child that you know likes to color, spend time each day, even if it's just like 30 minutes to an hour, doing that one specific activity or anything else that you know your kids are into. And those are only for the ones that know that you have children. We also have gaslighting, deflection, hoovering, and this card. So a lot of you are like narc magnets. So we do have a lot of super empaths watching, which means because your light shines so bright, the demons come out. And narcs are basically agents of the devil, just like sociopaths and psychopaths. So if you do have someone coming to you, someone that you just met, and they're already love bombing you from day one, you have to question people's motives, because that's the devil does not come with horns and ugly skin and like boils. It's usually in everything that you wish for or everything that you'd like, but there's usually like dark undertones to it. So pay attention to your gut and your intuition, and it will never steer you in the wrong direction. Okay, so I want to do one more spread. See what else do Sag placements need to know. What else do Sag placements need to know? Judgment. Anybody that has caused you harm is currently facing judgment. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people at the bottom of there. That could be anything from coworkers to friends to ex-family members. Whatever this is. Someone's facing judgment. A couple of people are facing judgment because they tried to put you in this stuck position. They tried to keep you in some sort of mental confinement. However, this is in reverse. So there was a 2-year period where things in your life were just so chaotic and you couldn't really see a way out. But that's over now. But the reason why you felt like that was because people were energetically attacking you. It could have been like a family unit, a family group, karmics, you being gang stalked. And people may think, spell work involves like candle magic and people constantly chanting your name or, stabbing dolls. But just negative thoughts alone, especially being a super empath, you can feel that stuff from miles away. Literally, I can feel when people think about me. It doesn't matter where they are on the planet. I will feel it energetically. I can also feel when people are sending me negativity, and at times it does tend to affect me health-wise if I don't have any protection. So this is probably what this is saying for you as well. You have to be aware of the company that you keep or just the people that are around you, and also strengthen your shields. This could be through meditation, frequencies even. There's multiple ways that you can strengthen your shields. I also feel like finding like-minded people of the same age group, or just, it's hard for you to find people that are friends without them putting you in a competitive situation. So if you know that you're always put in dynamics where someone doesn't choose you, that's over now. Like, you're the chosen one. As the Queen of Pentacles is here and the Queen of Wands, not only are you attractive, not only are you vivacious and strong and passionate, yes, at times you can be hot-tempered, but you're very efficient at what you do. You know how to juggle a lot of balls in the air, which most people, what you've gone through, it's like it would have killed most people, and you've survived that. And that's what the people from the past that did you wrong, they didn't realize how strong you really were. And I feel like in a way, they helped you get to this point. So you kind of have a glass half full perspective in that. Despite everything that you've gone through, just look at the people that have tried to damage you. Like, where are they now? Yes, on social media, it may look like, they're just living their best life. And that's if they're even trying to keep up with an image. But for the most part, if you are a super empath, as I can pick up on, you know that these people that have done you wrong, they have nothing but burdens on their plates. All those burdens that you were carrying for them, as soon as you dropped it, it went exactly back to, who it belonged. The scales have been balanced. As justice is here, it means that there was something unjustified that happened to you in the past, and now the scales are being balanced. As you have a new beginning, as you can live your life and take any path that you want because you have an endless amount of options available to you, everyone else that basically tried to stifle you in your growth, this is what they're stuck in. Their burden, stress, agony, sleepless nights, everything that they tried to put onto you is basically back on them. So before I let you go, one last message. What do Sag placements need to focus on? Making new friends. Wow, that's crazy because we were just talking about that. Honoring your true feelings. As an empath, honor yourself, because I feel like a lot of you tend to gaslight yourself. Like, if you meet someone for the very first time and you just get this weird nudging feeling that you don't like them, even though you don't really have any background information or any reason as to why you would feel that way, that's your intuition and you should trust it. Because as I can guarantee you, anytime you don't listen to your intuition, you end up regretting it. Even if you may not have the facts at hand, as time goes on, you end up seeing exactly what that nudging feeling was trying to tell you. Positive expectations is here, as well as needing to feed your inner child. This is insane because it's just reiterating everything we were saying. Feeding that inner child, kicking up your heels, doing something fun that makes you feel alive, exuberant, quiet time, possibly needing meditation so that you can put up those shields. What else? And higher consciousness. I feel like that's just fitting to end the reading with that card. So this is the end of your reading. I hope you like it. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Thank you guys so much for your support, and Happy New Year. Bye.